Hello everybody, today I'm doing something different. Instead of you all staring at a black screen for like, 2,000 years? I decided to use images so you can actually see me. How fun is that? Anyways, today we're gonna talk about movies that made like quadrillion dollars, I don't know. There've been a ton of movies over the past few thousand years, but none of them have been able to make $1 billion. Except for like 53 movies. So yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about. Okay, so the reason this works is because like how people are gonna see the movie or not, and like how people are not gonna see the movie or not. Like the reason Titanic made like $1 billion and became the first movie to ever do that, even though the fictional characters have nothing to do with the actual Titanic crash. It still made like $1 billion, and multiple movies like copied it. So like Michael Bay did that for some reason. And this movie was so popular that the most iconic scene from that movie was absolute meme to absolute oblivion. And I can't even watch a single TikTok video without seeing a Titanic meme. But then, in 2009, James Cameron made his biggest success ever, was Avatar. This movie is actually known for being the highest grossing film in film history, grossing $2 billion. Oh my god, James Cameron is never gonna have a bomb. Despite all the characters looking like Smurfs, it still was good. All four of the Avengers movies are on here, but I'm just gonna stick with the two highest grossing, which is Infinity War and Endgame. Infinity War grossed $2.52 billion and became the first Marvel movie to do that, even though everyone was complaining about the cliffhanger. It became like the biggest cliffhanger in movie history. That was until Endgame showed up and grossed even more and became the highest grossing superhero movie of all time. Still didn't beat Avatar, but it tried. But nowadays, Marvel's having a hard time making good Marvel movies, with Marvel's being the lowest grossing Marvel film of all time, and Quantumanium bombing at the box office. But it's only a matter of time before they make a comeback with Deadpool and Wolverine. Next are the Star Wars movies. The first movie to ever make $1 billion was Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, grossing $1.27 billion, which is very impressive. And then there's the sequel trilogy, which, surprisingly, all of them grossed $1 billion to $2 billion, which is very impressive. Okay, enough $2 billion movies, let's go to $1 billion. Let's start off with the two Transformer movies. The one where Optimus Prime goes on a murderous rampage, and the other is where the franchise hit rock bottom. Critics always complain about Michael Bay's script, even though they should mind their own business and shut their mouths. However, despite all of this, it still grossed $1 billion, becoming the highest grossing movie in the entire TF franchise. And then there's Ages of Extinction. I still like this movie. Okay, fine, criticize the movie all you want. I don't actually care no more. With this one critic saying, "Nah bro, ain't no way this is becoming a success."
Why? 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 Oh God, fucking why?
Okay, now I'm going into movies that had the release date of 2023 because it was basically impossible for anything to make money because 1, movies are way too expensive now to make, 2, movie tickets cost way too much now, and 3, no one wants to go to movie theaters no more because of streaming. Thanks, Disney. However, despite all of that, only 2 movies were able to gross $1 billion, which is the Super Mario Bros. Movie and Barbie. The Super Mario Bros. Movies broke records for the highest grossing Illumination movie ever made until DM4 comes along and take its place. And then there's Barbie, which grossed $1 million because people just want to see anything that has the color pink in it. Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park grossed over $1 billion at the global box office, and became his highest grossing movie of his entire career, while Jurassic World grossed $1 billion as well, even its 2 sequels, despite its negativity. Top Gun Maverick outgrossed its sequel by grossing, wait for it, $1,493 billion, becoming the highest grossing movie of Tom Cruise's career, and becoming Paramount's second highest grossing movie in their entire generation. Well, if Paramount can make a sequel, so can James Cameron. The Way of Water didn't outgross its first one, but it did gross $2 billion at the box office, and becoming the third highest grossing movie of all time. Which is not saying much because people would just see anything with naked blue people in it. Skyfall grossed $1,109 billion at the global box office, becoming the second highest grossing film of 2012. But somehow, it outgrossed every other James Bond movie that was out there, so it still counts. The Minions grossed $1 billion at the global box office, somehow, but I guess they'll just take it. Furious 7 and Fast and Furious 8 gross over $1 billion and becoming the 2 highest grossing films in the entire freaking franchise. But that's only because it was Paul Walker's last movie before dying, which made critics change their mind about this franchise. Almost. Pirates of the Caribbean 2 outgrossed its first one by just grossing $1 billion. The Disney live-action reboots all grossed $1 billion each. Maybe that's why they kept making reboots. Why did the 2 Frozen movies make $1 billion? I hate everyone who ever saw those 2 movies. Christopher Nolan's Batman movies all grossed $1 billion, except for Batman Begins. That didn't make $1 billion. I cannot believe that Harry Potter outgrossed Michael Bay's Transformer movie by just grossing more money than it ever could. Darn, why do people even like fantasy movies? Aquaman grossed $1 billion at the box office, but still couldn't beat Avengers Endgame, so maybe it did better? Far From Home and No Way Home both grossed $1 billion. Iron Man, Captain Marvel, and Civil War both grossed $1 billion. Isn't that exciting? The Joker is another DC movie that also grossed $1 billion and becoming the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. Toy Story 4 and 3 both grossed $1 billion because it broke everyone's heart, including mine. I haven't felt the same that day. And I think that's it. I think we're done. Even though I still missed a few, I'll probably talk about those like later or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna end the video here because this video is way too long as it is. So, goodbye.
That's how I make this scream, tell them